by a student who consistently demonstrates leadership, good character, academic achievement, and a positive attitude. It is my pleasure to introduce Christian Cugno for the class address.
Good evening, family, teachers, and students of Transit Middle School. I'd like to thank Mr. Wall, Mr. Bowen, and Ms. Stuhlmaker for inviting me to speak tonight on behalf of our 8th grade class. It is an honor to represent the graduating class of 2015. Bono, the lead singer of the rock band U2, was asked a few years ago to speak at the University of Pennsylvania. This is what he said: "The world is more malleable than you think, and it's waiting for you to hammer it into shape. That's what the degree of yours is, a blunt instrument. So go forth and build something with it. This is the time for bold measures, and this is the country, and you are the generation." Awesome quote that sums up what I would truly like to share with you today. Our Transit Middle School education is a hammer, a powerful blunt instrument that will arm us to move forward confidently, take bold risks, and build something great together. I just love the gifts that our school has given to each one of us. I would like to thank our community for empowering us with such a strong school system. We all appreciate the tremendous work ethic and quality of our administrators and all of our fantastic teachers. A round of applause, please show our gratitude. Transit Middle will be with each of us our entire lives. The things we learned, the friendships we made, the skills we developed will all make us better high school students, better collegians, better employees, better entrepreneurs, better parents, and maybe even better rock stars and humanitarians like Bono. I'm truly excited for what the future holds, and I know that we will all be well prepared. This confidence comes from what Transit Middle School built in me and all of you. We are so lucky to live in a country and community that values education so much. Confidence didn't come so easily at the beginning. Walking into Transit as a 5th grader was pretty intimidating. I remember coming home after the first day and telling my parents how small I felt compared to those loud, huge 8th graders who seemed to appear from the upper floors of the school. This concern eventually lifted as I learned how welcoming the teachers and even the upperclassmen were. I was also surprised how few people I knew, since half the student body came from Country Parkway, while the other came from Maple East. As I quickly made new friends in all my classes, all these fears disappeared. This is what makes Transit truly unique, having 2 elementary schools that converge into one, just like a convergent plate boundary. Thanks for that science back, Mr. Borg. Thank you. Yeah. It really takes a special place that can combine so many different kids and blend them into one cohesive community. Let's look back at our time at Transit. As most of us do, I have many great memories that I can carry with me for the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure no one has forgotten all the snow days we've had over the years. Well, we do live in Buffalo after all. Who remembers getting our flight delayed at the airport on the way home from Washington, D.C. at 11 p.m. and we had to go to school the next day? What about all the great events that Transit has planned that gave us a chance to give back to the community over the years? Hoops for Heart and Balled for Bucks, just to name a couple. Many students also participated in wellness committee activities like Community Day, Spirit Week, Twin Day, and Hat Days. What about the competitive games we had at intramurals over the years? Or all of the students who played modified sports throughout the year, who experienced extensive team training? I know all families enjoyed our band, orchestra, and chorus concerts that were presented several times a year. Students were able to join various groups like Radio Club, Art Club, Chess Club, Science Olympians, 8th grade Activities Club, National Junior Honor Society, and Fantasy Football Clubs, to name a few. Shout out to Mr. Kiersitz for defeating the 11th 8th graders who were in Mr. Katie's Fantasy Football League this year. Talent shows, musicals, and dances were all events that brought us closer together. School clearly gave us many opportunities to have fun while learning. So who is responsible for creating this special environment we have here at Transit? I feel there are 3 main groups of people that make this school great. The first are the talented teachers and administrators who work with us each and every day. We are so fortunate to interact with so many dedicated, inspiring people who have succeeded in getting us ready for high school. should not be intimidated to move on, as they provided us the skills that we need to succeed. Second group are our parents and families. They've guided us through most of our experience here at the school. We entered transit as 10-year-old children, and we graduated as teenagers. This requires a lot of direction and navigation from our home life. Our parents have been very patient as we go through puberty. Ask Mr. Smith if you have any questions. Even though we may not tell you as much as you would like, we thank you for our help. Finally, the third are the students. With all of our diverse talents and skills combined, together we are a force to be reckoned with. Our generation is ready to continue our education and build on our leadership skills. And as most of you know, I had the unique experience of going through my middle school career with a twin sister. This provided me with many perks. We help each other with homework, she gives me some fashion advice, and I get some of the girl gossip. Most importantly, I got to learn both sides of the story when it comes to growing up. Thanks, Kara, I love you. Now it's time to move on to our next challenge. Going into high school can be a very scary thing. Walking into a new building, not knowing any of the teachers, and meeting new people. But don't worry, because we have our Transit Middle School experience as our guide. If we try our best, if we study hard, if we explore new things, if we join clubs, and if we make new friends, we will survive and thrive in high school. Now take a moment and decide for yourself. What did Transit Middle School provide for me? Was it leadership? Was it confidence? Independence? Knowledge? Discipline? Drive and desire to succeed? Each one of us may answer this question differently, but all of us can take these gifts and apply them in our lives, no matter what path we choose. And what is truly exciting is that this is only the beginning. Congratulations to the class of 2015 and good luck to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian, for a job well done. At this time, I would like to introduce two of Transit's finest teachers,